Uh, we'll go into Simon Nun Sif base through Sif
Okay,
base.
so Simon Memtes, finishing up the lachas of Yayin. So Simon Memtes is Yayin. So the Baruch Al Yayin, the Sefer Suda, when you make a bracha on wine during a Suda, v'yesham gam anoshim acherim, and there are other men there, Yomer Sabri Rabbi Sai, meaning it's not just the Kiddush, it's any time. Meaning if it's one person being might see everybody on Bar Priya Garments, you say Sabri Rabbi Sai. Ritzanilim, what does that mean to say? Who died from the Shmaya, give your das to hear Kiddush, gives the mafilas of the Shmaya bracha. Everybody should stop eating so that they should hear the bracha. Because in Bar Priya Garments, you have to make it you have to make it middle of the Suda. Stifkas, Shasum Biyain Echad. If you drink from one type of wine, whether it's the middle of the meal, whether it's not, and they brought other wine, you don't make Barapriya. Meaning, normally when you bring something new, you have to make a new bracha because you didn't have it in your mind. But here, when they bring new wine, you don't say Barapriya. Even since you didn't change your mind, the lawyers of guys in the yain. Since you didn't change your mind and you weren't Masiyat Das in the yain. But the bracha you do make is not Toiva Mated, which means that Hashem is good and Hashem is good for others. If they bring a third wine, meaning as long as they keep bringing new wines, then you keep making a Toiva Mated. And how do you know this? There's a story Rebbe in the Gemara and Brachos. But let's say you totally change your mind. That you have to make a second Baruch Priya Gofen. Let's say you said, okay, we're done with wine. So now you have to make a new bracha. So then you make first the Tova Meitiv and then Baruch Priya Gofen. Stif Yod. That's only with Stam She'eni Yedesh She'eni Gerua Minarisha. You have no idea whether the second one is better than the first one, or worse than the first one. But you don't know if it's better. Meaning you only make a Teva Meitiv when the new wine is better than the old wine. Let's say you don't know. So then you still make, if you do it, Gerua is worse than the old one that you drank already, then you don't make a bracha. But if the second one is healthier than the first one, even though it's worse with the time, you still make a teva because it's healthier. Right? Okay. Even if you had two wines in the beginning, and you didn't have the wines there together when you fed by a you make a bracha on the second one. You still make Hatoiva Meitiv on the second one. But if they were both on the table, and then you have in mind that when you're eating the good one, to be part of you're drinking the good one, to be part of the worst one. So it's complicated because this is also not everybody agrees to this, that the Kitzur are the same. So basically what he's saying is that if both wines are in front of you, you cannot make a Tova Meitiv. Right? So you don't make a Tova Meitiv on that. But if it wasn't in front of you, then you can. So some say that if you knew about it, even if it's not in front of you, then you cannot make a Tova Meitiv. So tread lightly, make sure you know what you're doing when you make these brachos. If you base, you still have to have a little of the first wine. You have the rights in listus. It's a shame. The reason why you want to drink the new wine is because you want to change. But if once the first wine is done with, then they bring out a second one that's better than you don't make a bracha. You also don't make a Tova Meitiv unless you're eating with somebody else, like a drinking partner. It means good for him and good for others too. The same thing with if his wife and his children, that counts too. If you're eating, drinking alone, then you should not make a bracha. You have a guest who's eating by a balabais. Ima balabais nice as a kankan ala shulchan sheyish to misha yirtza kamoishas masudas gedolos. If the balabas puts the bottle on the table that everybody should drink from it the way they do by Yasudas Gedos, like by Chasim. They just put wine on the table for everybody to drink. In Ken Hayayin, who can wipe a shutvis, then that's if the wine is really owned by everybody. Then you make a Torah made. I will ima balabayas nois and lechol efet kaiso. But if the balabayas gives everybody their own private kais, ain't working a Torah made. Even she'ain lehem shutas beyayin. Don't make a Torah made because there's no shutas. Because once he gives you your cup of wine, then it's yours. But even the balabayas doesn't make a bracha. Says Vav. So one person can make a Torah native to be matzi everybody. Savri, like we said before, you make a savri. That everybody should pay attention. L'shmaya b'yanu amen. Sheyotzu b'rechasim. They should answer amen. That the yotzi the bracha. But that's only when everybody has the stuff in front of them. The way a hefsek ben a bracha l'shiyah, because you don't want a bracha, you don't want a hefsek. Meaning, if everybody doesn't have the cup of wine in front of them, then one person should not make that Torah made for everybody, and then you start giving out the wine. That's too big of a hefsek. So give out the wine first, and then make that Torah made on behalf of everybody.
And if he didn't do it like that, then each person should make his own Torah native?
That's what it sounds like. That's what it sounds like. Yeah. Yeah. But again, I don't want to reiterate, these halachas are quite technical if you haven't figured that out. So make sure you know exactly what you're doing before making a Torah made. Let's say you make a birchas hamazon on a different cup of wine that you had during the meal. Then you don't have to say a Torah made. Jehu yoytze b'masha omer birchas hamazon hatayva made, because in birchas hamazon the fourth bracha midrabanan is hatayva made. So since that you're saying hatayva made anyway, so then that counts. What do you say? Nun we go till after Beis? I'm assuming so. So Simin Nun.
Yes.
So basic rules of bracha rishayna of birchas hanenet. So Sif Alach, Ksiv Lashem Aretz Malaya. And it says everything belongs to Hashem. Shahok, Shak, Kol, who can hektish. Everything is hektish, right? You got to love the people that write in their svarim. Lashem Aretz Malaya, also believe Rishus. Right? So how do you understand that theory? Saying everything belongs to Hashem, but I'm telling you can't use this. What belongs to Hashem? But anyways, everything does belong to Hashem. So everything is considered kadosh. The same way it's also to be nana from hektish till after the pigeon. Nana and a hektish below pigeon mall, and somebody who's nana from hektish without a pigeon is over on the ego. Just like you can't be nana from hektish without being paided, you also be nana from the world without a bracha. A bracha via pigeon. The bracha is basically you're being paida, meaning everything is kaddish, everything belongs to Hashem. But if you want to use it, you have to make a bracha. That's the way you paida from Hashem. And anybody who's nana from this world without a bracha is with over on the ilah. And there's no measurement for bracha rishayna. Even if they eat or drink a little bit, you have to make a bracha rishayna. It says, even if you made a bracha shakol on everything, al pas yayin, even on bread and on wine, yotze. But lechatchila, you cannot just decide, oh, I don't know what bracha this is, so make shakol. It's a big mistake people make. They say, oh, I'm not sure what to do, to say shakol. You have to learn lahavin to understand eze bracha yivarach hakol min umin. You have to know exactly what bracha you're going to eat over there. But it's something that you cannot find out what type it is. Meaning the paiskim on the sukkah, and you can't know about it on the yaitz of the brichel shakol, then you'd be yaitzing with the brichel shakol. Sort of like there's a couple about granola bars, a bracha rishon to make on that, and but I don't think there's either mezainis or hadama. Okay, whatever it is, there's a few examples. Are the same, of course. If you could copy yourself to type the suda, then that's much better to do that. Right? Meaning wash first and then eat it. But again, it has to be something that you normally would eat during a suda, like to wash in order not to have to make a bracha on a granola bar doesn't work, because granola bars probably have to make a bracha during the meal with anyways. Maybe if you ate the granola bar on bread, maybe you'd have some. Okay, we will stop over there.
Shkoyach.
Sure.
Have a safe trip.
All right. Thank you. At least I have a
Rabbi,
little bit of an audience.
yeah, Rabbi Stein,
Yeah.
for the